Beloved seekers, today we dive into one of life's deepest mysteries, the transformation of sexual energy. This isn't just about desire, it's about the hidden power that can either pull us down or lift us to divine heights. From this energy, civilizations have been built, great minds have emerged, and saints have touched the divine. The same power that creates life can awaken ojas, our radiant vitality, making us strong and spiritually alive. In this satsang, we'll uncover how to guide and preserve this energy, transforming it into the light of meditation. This is the journey from sex to samadhi, from ordinary life to the highest divine state.
This satsang is about the transformation of sexual energy. It is a very deep subject, a very internal subject. People generally don't discuss it in society. Such discussions are usually held in solitude. Many have asked me about this in private, and I have given them solutions. Those who have sincerely tried, after some time when they found success, expressed great gratitude and felt deeply thankful. Anyway, today's topic is the mystery of sexual energy transformation. In life, you all know well that our existence revolves around fear, food, indulgence, God, and emotions. In our daily lives, food and indulgence are considered the most essential needs. People spend their lives in food and pleasure. God is remembered only when one is in great suffering, or when one is overcome by great fear, or when a loved one is in danger. It is then that emotions arise, and one tries to turn towards God. But our life generally proceeds on the path of food and pleasure. In other words, life remains engaged in indulgence and luxury. If in life you rise above indulgence, and do not waste your energy in pleasure, a certain dignity comes into your life, which we call ojas. From that ojas, creativity arises. You begin to think about newness and innovation because vitality has come into you. Usually, a person wastes their energy. Those who have given their energy proper and correct direction are the ones who have become great scientists, great engineers, and great devotees of God. In our country, the tradition has been that one must live a life of Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means living according to Brahman, living in alignment with the divine. When you live like that, you do not fall into indulgence and luxury. Then strength remains within you. This is why our country's engineers and medical doctors lead great companies all over the world and hold high positions. This has been possible because Brahmacharya or celibacy was practiced and Semen power was not wasted. Instead, it was lifted upward through the path of Kundalini. Without this, mental development is difficult. You know about Ramanujan from South India. At just 20 to 25 years of age, he was solving complex problems of mathematics that astonished the world's greatest scientists. Unfortunately, he died young. When he was ill, at around 32 years of age, a scientist from London came to see him. As the scientist arrived, Ramanujan looked at the number plate of his car through the window. When the scientist came in, Ramanujan said, "There is a great mathematical truth hidden in that number. I may not live, but you must work on it." It took that scientist more than 15 years to unfold the secret of that number. Now, can you imagine what great capacity he had? Where did it come from? It came from his Ojas Shakti, his vitality, and from his past sanskaras or impressions from past lives. There are countless such examples. Until you learn to control and preserve your semen power, you cannot develop true talent. If you have no aim of doing anything creative, conducting any research, or moving towards God, then you may live without Brahmacharya. And indeed, most beings in the world do not live by Brahmacharya or celibacy. In our country, the importance of Brahmacharya or celibacy has been understood since ancient times, and we have always taught this to our children. In ancient times, children were sent to ashrams until the age of 25, where the Guru kept full watch over them. Through Brahmacharya, the life according to Brahman, Ojas and vitality developed in their lives, their bodies became strong, and their capacity for knowledge increased. But in modern times, all this is disappearing. Children are constantly on mobile phones, so their minds become completely worldly, and vitality and ojas do not arise in them. First, understand this: whatever food we eat, the body uses energy to digest it. After digestion, the energy we get sustains our work, our body, our intellect, and our mind. The remaining energy transforms into sexual energy. This means the same energy becomes sex energy. Around 14 to 15 years of age, sexual energy begins to form in children. This is a very delicate age. If children are not guided at this stage, perversion can arise in their lives. In olden times, children would go to ashrams and become disciplined. Nowadays, with friends and the home environment, they learn fewer good things and develop more wrong notions. So, if you wish to guide your children towards a good path, the path of Brahmacharya or celibacy, you cannot control their food at that age because their bodies need nourishment. What you can do is ensure that they engage in as much physical exercise and play as possible. Then, the energy they get from food will be transformed into strength. When they return tired, they will study a little and then sleep. If you do not engage them in physical exercise, they will spend all day on mobile phones, and all kinds of wrong tendencies will arise in them. Parents who fail to do this will later feel great difficulty when their child starts walking on the wrong path. In modern times, if you have wealth, spend it on making them play. If you do not have wealth, spend your time with them, make them run and play. Running will also build their muscles, and your child will become strong even without money. You have to do all this, whether it's a boy or a girl. This age between 14 to 18 years is a very delicate time. Sexual energy is forming, and desires are also very strong. If this energy, which comes from food, is used in building the body, there will be no time for them to spend on mobile phones or distractions. If the child's interest is in reading and writing or in art, engage them there as well so that they are always busy. They should have a goal in their life. You can only create this. It also depends on their past life, what they were like in their previous birth. You can only try, and success or failure is up to the blessings of God. If they get the right direction, their energy will not be wasted, it will be used in creative work, and their mental development will occur. Along with this, teach your child to meditate from a young age. According to their age, if a child is 5 years old, teach them to sit silently for 5 minutes. If 10 years, then 10 minutes. By the time they are 20 or 25, they will naturally be able to sit silently. When they sit silently, their attention will turn inward, and slowly, through meditation, their energy will begin to flow in a positive direction. Energy cannot be stored. The energy that is generated must either be released, transferred into muscles, or channeled into the power of meditation. You cannot save energy like money. The energy from food must be used every day. It should be used in work, in some new creative work, in study, or in the method of meditation. As soon as a child becomes 23 or 24 years old, they find their direction, their intellect begins to develop, and then they are not in your control. They will follow whichever path they wish. If they were guided rightly from childhood, the chances of them falling on the wrong path are very little. I would say only this much about children. The same challenge comes to lustful, and there are many ways to handle it. The first thing to understand is that controlling this energy is very difficult. If you eat too much food and cannot digest or utilize that energy, it will spill out. It affects your thoughts, your work, the people you meet, what you read, and what you watch. Everything influences it. This is not an easy path. Even our great rishis and great beings have at times failed to handle this power in their lives. Ahilya, the wife of sage Gautama, was very beautiful in her time, and Lord Indra was enchanted by her. Now, Indra is such a great power. How many celestial dancers, or apsaras, dance in his palace? Yet, he disguised himself as Gautama and led Ahilya astray. Such is the powerful force of indulgence. You can be in any state, in any position, and it can make you fall from your path. You know the mythological story of Lord Brahma. His daughter, Saraswati, was extremely beautiful. Lord Brahma himself became so attracted to his own daughter and tried to have a relationship with her. When Saraswati became a cow, he became a bull. When she became a mare, he became a horse. He tried every possible way to mislead his daughter. In the end, Lord Shiva, for this and many other reasons, cut off one of Brahma's heads. He was also cursed with the sin of killing a Brahman. And in the end, it was said that he would never be widely worshipped in this world. That is why you know there is only one temple of Brahma in the world, in Pushkar. So, if you fall into a state of indulgence and luxury, you will not be able to look at your own daughter, mother, or sister with a pure gaze. Such is the great power of indulgence. It is very difficult to keep it in control. Perhaps you do not know, even today, in our world, there are men who dig out the buried corpses of women and have intercourse with them. Such is the force of this sexual energy that a person cannot control it. This same power, however, can create scientists, can give new life to children in your home, and can elevate you towards God. God has given only one energy. You can use it for indulgence, or for scientific work, or for historical work, or for realizing God. Only the transformation of this power is the most important thing. The more you transform it, the higher you can rise in life. Otherwise, you will keep walking on the wrong paths. Now the question arises, how to give direction to this power? I told you in a previous satsang as well. There was a king who had 100 sons and many queens. When Yamraj came for him, he said that he had not yet conquered his passions. He even gained 1,000 years by losing each son one by one, but he still failed to conquer his desires. In the end, he realized that every cell of our body is born of sexuality, so we cannot conquer lust. Victory over lust comes only when you enter into it with awareness. So, the greatest lesson he learned after 1,000 years was that if you want to conquer lust, you must keep yourself in a state of awareness. If you remain in a state of awareness, you will not be able to fall into indulgence. And if you do fall, afterward you will feel pain, knowing you wasted the power of life. One drop of semen contains enough sperm to create at least 5,000 children. This is such immense power, and to waste it is like throwing your diamonds and gold into the ocean. It is the greatest foolishness to waste this energy. So, the question is, how to transform this energy? Look at the idol of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is always in the state of meditation, while Nandi, the symbol of lust, sits at his gate. If you wish to master your sexuality, you must adopt the method of meditation in your life. Through the method of meditation, your sexual power, which resides in the Muladhara chakra, slowly begins to rise upward. Now, try to understand the science behind this. Modern science has completely established that everything we see in this world is nothing but the power of electricity. It is a frozen form of energy. Matter is also energy, and the electric current is also a form of energy. So, electric current transforms into matter, and that matter is also transformed into electric current through various methods. You must have experienced that as soon as a lustful thought arises in your mind, your energy descends to the Muladhara. Those who are lustful understand this very well. So, just a thought, which is a form of an electric current, brings this power to the Muladhara and then inspires you to engage in lust. If at that very moment you can bring yourself into the state of meditation, it will be very difficult at first, but gradually, as you bring yourself into the state of meditation, that power, which is in the form of semen, will transform into an electric current. Since semen is a liquid, it cannot reach the brain, but the power that is transformed from it in the form of a current will go to your brain and give you rest. Whenever you feel sexually aroused, if you go into the state of meditation, within 20, 30, or 45 minutes, this power will transform into the power of meditation. This is actually the tantric path. All tantric people transform their desire for indulgence into meditation, which is why they reach God so quickly. In Tantra, it is better to have a female partner so that you reach the state of meditation very quickly and your power gets transformed. But in today's time, this is not possible. You will not find tantric women. The simple method for this is that whenever a lustful thought comes to your mind, do not fight it. Look at it deeply, observe it silently, without any reaction. Then this power will slowly begin to transform. You will feel that it is rising from the Muladhara. If you want to transform this power into a tantric form, you can do that too, but it requires a resolve and your firmness. If you are watching any erotic pictures or movies, desire will naturally arise in you. Most people in the world indulge further at this point. But if you are in this state, you can do something very positive. As soon as you see such a picture or a scene, stop watching it at that very moment, and you will feel that your power is descending. There is a critical point of descent. If it drops below that, it will discharge. Do not let it reach that state. Because there is a distance in the Muladhara as well. When it does not reach that lowest state and you go into the state of meditation, this power will transform into electric power. And as it transforms into electric power, you will reach a very deep state of meditation. Bhishma Pitamaha was a Brahmachari or celibate. He transformed this power into electric power through this very method, and his semen completely dried up. Lord Shiva also never allowed his semen to be discharged by staying in this practice. He would remain with Parvati for many days, but he would always stay in the state of samadhi. So this is the method. You go into the state of samadhi or ecstasy, and the power gets transformed. Now, Lord Krishna, as you know, had 16,000 wives. He lived with them, but he would remain in the state of meditation and never allowed a single drop of his power to be wasted. So this is the only method. Tantrics also use this. Bhishma Pitama also did this. Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna also stayed in the state of meditation so that this power could be transformed. If you do not transform it, this power will keep flowing, and you will not be able to achieve a great state within yourself. God has given this power so that you can transform it into Ojas Shakti. Go into the state of meditation. As soon as you go into the state of meditation, you will feel this power, like a serpent, rising up. It will slowly move from Swadhisthana to Manipura, then to Anahata, Vishuddhi, and stop at your Sahasrara. You will feel emptiness within you. You will feel the power of God within you. And this power will be transformed in such a way that with it, you can accomplish any great task. Whether you need to study, do creative work, or paint. And if you also want to meet God, this very power will unite you with the cosmic power from the Sahasrara, and you will go into the state of samadhi or ecstasy. Once you go into the state of samadhi, this power will become like a game for you. You can take it wherever you want. Take it to the cosmos, to the underworld, to any great work. And even if you are indulging in pleasure, you will not be able to discharge this power. You will continue to enjoy the pleasure as well. So, if you go into the state of meditation, you will be completely transformed. You will become like Shiva. You will become like Lord Krishna. Because the power is only one. By not wasting it but by transforming it, you can achieve any state of this world and this cosmos that you want. This power is a very venerable power. Our world runs because of it. Boys and girls come to us from this power, and through this power, we can also achieve the affluence of life and can also reach God. We only need one thing, how to transform this power. And the simplest method to transform it is just to go into meditation. And by going into meditation, it becomes your electric power, and everything is operated by this power. Do not waste this power through dreams or indulgence. Whenever the effect of this power seems too much on you, sit in the state of meditation. Even if you are with your wife in a lustful state, at the time when it is about to be discharged, as Osho said, from sex to samadhi, you should go into the state of samadhi or ecstasy so that this power is not discharged. If it is not discharged, this power will slowly transform into Ojas Shakti. It will give you the joy of God as well as worldly joy. Then, instead of staying in a lower state, you will try to live in the highest state of life. And if you reach the state of samadhi or ecstasy, then know that you have achieved everything through this power in your life. So this is a venerable power. It only needs to be transformed. If you do not transform it, it will bring you to Ahilya like Indra or will lead you behind your own daughter Saraswati like Brahma. It can do anything. Just try to transform this power and live your life like Lord Shiva, and that will be your greatest state. Thank you.